It's in Indian society, there's something called dharma. There's karma, which is action. There's dharma, which is your path through life. What, when you're doing it, you feel good about it. You're happy. You're productive. Others are happy around you when you're doing it. That's following your dharma, your path. It's what Arjuna was told by Krishna on the battlefield in the Bhagavad Gita. Anybody ever read the Gita besides me? Boy, you guys got to get some education. You really need to get a copy of the Gita and read it. It's a great book. It's a real guide for living. This guy named Krishna, who was the divine incarnate, right? We all know who Krishna is, I hope. Yes. Okay. And then there's this guy called Arjuna. He was a prince. And there was this big battle, this big epic poem called the Mahabharata. Yeah, you heard of this? Yes. Okay, so there's this big battle. And in the midst of this battle, there's a section of this Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, literally meaning the song of God. It's where Arjuna, who was part of the Pandavas, he was a warrior, a prince. And he was supposed to go out and do battle with these Kauravas who had taken their land and weren't going to give them even a postage-sized stamp of land for their family to live on. They didn't want much. They were willing to take one little village, but they wouldn't even give them that. So the only option was to fight. Well, Arjuna was, going around, run out and kick butt and, got his conch shell out with his chariot, his bow, he's a great archer. And Krishna was a prince of his own land. And Krishna and Arjuna and the Kauravas met in the center of the battlefield. And Krishna said, okay guys, I'm not going to fight myself. I will not fight. But one of you can have me as an advisor, and the other one can have my army. The Kauravas, being ignorant, said, we want your army. Okay? More men equals victory. Not necessarily. And Arjuna said, I want you as my counselor. So Krishna became Arjuna's charioteer. That means that these guys had chariots and horses and blah, blah, blah. And he was, after this meeting, Arjuna was all ready to kick butt. And Krishna very gently reminded him, he called him, O son of Kunti. Kunti was his mother, who was also the mother of the Kauravas. Yeah? And all of a sudden what this did, it reminded Arjuna that these weren't his enemies. These were his uncles and his cousins. Some of his gurus or teachers were over there on the other side. And all of a sudden he was despondent. He felt terrible. And he just said, I can't do this. I just can't. And he just sat on the bottom of his chariot and was just despondent. Now, Krishna did this intentionally because he had to get Arjuna out of his emotions. Okay? Because to fight when you're angry or to fight with emotion, you've lost the battle before it starts. Whether it's the external battle, but you certainly lost the internal battle. So what Krishna wanted to do is get to Arjuna to a point of indecision, of not knowing what to do. Because then you can learn. When you say, I don't know, now you're open to learning anything and everything. When you say, I know, I've got it all down, you've closed up all other avenues of knowledge. Remember this. It's not just a story. This is about life. And Krishna told Arjuna, look, you're a prince, you're a warrior. You do your duty, your dharma. Your dharma is that action which is right for you, which is in line with your best spiritual growth. That which helps you grow, expand, and understand. That is your dharma. Right now, your dharma is being students. To be the best student you know how to be. You do your studies, you do your homework, you get it done. If you do that, the road is smooth, isn't it? You're going to get some wrong answers, but you've done your best. what happens if you're late for class? You don't bring your stuff to class. You don't do your homework. You do poorly on tests. So you're not doing your dharma as a student. And as a result of that, teachers get upset. You get upset. Your parents get upset. You get frustrated. You get anxious. You see? That's our dharma going against your dharma, what you should be doing now. That doesn't mean this is what you do forever, but it's right now. And if you're doing it, if you're doing it your best, your life will be smooth. Not easy, no, but smooth. There's a difference. Yeah. Life is going to always have challenges. But if we pay attention, we listen, we pull together our right resources, then we will be successful. Maybe not wildly successful, but we will be successful in a way where we feel good about ourselves because I did my best. And our teachers and parents will know that we tried, and they will encourage us. So that's kind of a win-win situation. It's when we don't care, we think we know better. We want to go out and play. We want to talk to our friends rather than study what we're supposed to. We are not doing our duty. And the result of that, maybe not that moment, but sooner or later, that will come back because there are consequences to every action. Remember that. For every action, there's a reaction. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it may not be as good as somebody else, but you're doing your best. That's good enough as far as the universe is concerned. You're doing the best you know how. And things will go smoothly, or more smoothly.